Alright, cool. We may as well get started then. Alright, so this is my SGDQ submission for Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix Randomizer. So the way that Rando works in KH2FM is normally when you play the vanilla game, you have to play the game in a really linear fashion. You have to beat the worlds one by one. You beat one world, then you have like the option of choosing between two worlds. You beat those two worlds, a couple more worlds pop up, and you just kind of go and you complete the game in a very linear fashion. Well, in Randomizer, what is it? Just came up recently. Randomizer does this thing where it puts you in this room called the Garden of Assemblage. And what's special about this room is that there are 13 portals and a couple of other exits. And the mod has made it so that you can access every single world in the game from this one room. And every single time you find a save point that would take you to the world map, it just takes you straight back to the garden. So because of this, you're allowed to visit all of the worlds in any order that you want to. You can go to the end of the game, the world that never was, right off the bat if you want to. Now, the objective of Randomizer is to beat the game, is to get through the world that never was, and then beat the final boss. But the door to the final boss, the door to the final boss gauntlet to defeat Final Xemnas is locked. We have to get these items called proofs. There are 3 of them. You'll see them in the bottom left on my tracker. It's called the Proof of Non-Existence, the Proof of Connection, Proof of Peace. They're just dummy items. They're not super special, but you need to get all 3 of them in order to unlock the end of the game. And then once you get all 3, the objective is to get to the end and beat it. And then on top of that, all of the items are randomized. Synthesis is not included at all. We don't want to worry about that. None of the puzzles are included. Just all the items and keyblades and such. As far as the settings are concerned, we have Atlantica turned off because nobody really wants to do that. Keyblade stats and abilities are randomized. We have increased experience a little bit, increased drive experience, so drive grinding isn't a huge bore. And most of the super bosses are turned off except for Sephiroth. That could be a donation incentive if people want to turn on super bosses. We could include that if you wanted to. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Huge, big shoutouts to Sonic Shadow Silver and for basically creating the Garden of Assemblage mod and then enabling it to become a randomizer. And then Vlaxer for creating the website for us to create seeds to play Randomizer. So, alright, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to be playing this on critical mode as well. And yeah, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, cool. So on critical mode, you typically start with a certain amount of, what is it? You usually get starter abilities. Those abilities are also randomized. At the very start of Rando, you choose a, level up progression. Levels up to 50 are randomized. And this is the Garden of Assemblage right here. I hit this monitor and all of the portals pop up. We got dodge roll, sweet. Let's actually go over here. I like to check this Moogle to see if he's got, okay. He's got a, to see if there's any limits on any of these weapons for Donald and Goofy. What is it? Wow, okay, cool. Let's put that on. 4-0 Blizzard Boost is pretty good. Alright, cool. So right now, I'm kind of like going through my, the initial items and, the initial items that I've obtained at the very start of the run, just to kind of see what I've got. And then from there, I just kind of do my standard, change the settings the way that I like to. And dodge roll is a little bit nice because it'll actually give us some movement. Movement is pretty huge. And the first thing that we're going to go to is Pride Lands. So we're choosing this world specifically because it's really, really strong. Oh, Combo Master's good. It's really strong because all you have to do is beat one fight, this fight right here at the very beginning, and it gives you access to a ton of items at the very start. So as long as we can get past this first fight without too much effort, or too much trouble, we should be able to get a ton of free things. My strategy right there, I put all my party members on party attack so that they could pin that guy down while I killed the first one. And I use that reaction command to, kind of stun them and put them in a situation where I can combo one of them while they combo the other. We got some torn pages. That's pretty good. Also, for people that are unfamiliar with Randomizer, when I say the word check, that really just means randomized item. That means there's a location there. What is it? That means there's a location where an item is randomized, and it could have just about anything. So these are all checks, like things from chests, little item pop-ups that I get throughout areas, stuff like that. All right, and so the big awesome thing about Pride Lands, like I said, you beat that first fight, and you just get all of this stuff for free. You basically clear the first visit. What is it? Minus beating Scar, and you just get all this stuff for free. And what's so strong about that is it just gives you access to a lot of tools, a lot of good abilities, potentially good keyblades, and good growth abilities as well. Growth abilities are just movement abilities for Sora that make him move faster. And if we get those, then that just enables us to move faster in all the future worlds. It makes things a little bit more optimal. Horizontal Slash is actually a pretty big ability. We like to use that for the Xigbar fight. One thing about Rando is that none of these worlds are required except for the world that never was. You have to complete the world that never was every single seed in order to get to the end of the game, which means you have to beat Xigbar every single time. We got a report. I'm going to explain the reports later in a little bit. So that's the reason why Horizontal Slash is so important, is because it's a very, very good ability for Xigbar. Now, I just got this thing called a report, or an answer report. We have a built-in hint system, actually, in this randomizer, and the reports are the basis for that hint system. As you'll see in the bottom left there, it says Simulated Twilight Town has 2 important checks. That means that there are, what is it? We have a system for important checks. Important checks are just other reports, drives, summons, spells, proofs. Proofs are probably like the most important check in the game. And so we use, and there are, what is it? There are 50 total important checks in the game. Hey, wow, more torn pages. Holy moly. So we use the reports to kind of just gauge what worlds we think are like strong and not so strong. Actually, I want these ethers right here. We'll be getting into talking about the hints and why they're so important and why they, how they influence my decision making as we go along. I think that's everything. Did I steal his stuff? I did. Okay, cool. Explain torn pages since I have to. So 100 Acre Wood is a kind of world. I guess we may as well just go over there right now. 100 Acre Wood is a world that you progress through it by picking up these items called torn pages. The more torn pages you get, the further you can go in. This first page right here is completely free. It's always open, so you can always get these 3 chests. But every page from this point on, you have to, what is it? Every page from this point on, you actually have to find outside and then come back here to actually progress through the world. So this is a pretty decent opening play, just kind of like, you don't have to do any fights or anything like that. You just kind of get the stuff for free. And you get that for free. There's a proof. Sweet. That's 1 of 3. Only 2 more to go. Let's see. All right, so we're out of here. We're just going to bounce. Based on the stuff that I have, a playlist that I like to do is I like to go to Halloween Town. There's only 1 fight here, and there's a bunch of free checks. And there's also a lot of free experience that you get. So that's why I'm going to go here. The first about, I would say like 30 minutes of a randomizer is typically, what's the word here? The first 30 minutes of a randomizer is typically just the gathering phase, where you're looking for stuff. You're looking for anything that could allow you to like do fights, do certain areas that you normally wouldn't be able to do. Like for example, like spells like Blizzard and Thunder. That would kind of lead you to be able to do a world like Port Royal. Like, Port Royal is full of really nasty enemies, pirates, pretty dangerous. But if you've got spells, it's way more manageable, and it's actually a pretty decently strong world. So that's kind of why we're in this gathering phase of just looking for stuff, looking for spells, drives, summons, anything that's going to enable us to actually do late game content. And that's why there are a lot of early game worlds like Halloween Town, where there's really not much resistance. There's not too many fights or anything super difficult that we have to deal with. And we just get free checks for going through it. So that's why we like to do these a little bit on the early side. Got a report there. Disney Castle has 3 important checks. Okay, cool. Disney Castle is more of an early game world, so having that is nice. Wow. 6-7 form boost. Okay, we're probably going to be using that for a good chunk of the run, unless anything else, or was... I'm not sure if there's going to be anything else better than that, outside of, like, a better ability. But that's a good Keyblade. We're going to be hanging on to that one for sure. Alright. So this is the only fight that we have to do in this visit. Thankfully, we have this limit here called Dance Call on Jack, and it's super duper strong. And we're going to use it to clear out this first wave of enemies. And then what I like to do is I like to pop a couple ethers, pick up this chest, and then just kind of like hang out back here. Ooh, fire. Sweet. And then we can kill these last 2 enemies. Fire is a pretty decent spell. It's like moderately okay on Sora, and it's really strong on something like Final Form, which hopefully we will get. So, yeah. Still definitely a good thing to pick up. Alright, so not much of a huge change going into Halloween Town. What I'm going to do next, what a lot of runners like to do during this gathering phase early on is they like to do the shotgun approach, or shotgunning, as I like to call it. And the shotgun approach is literally just go into a world, pick up the first few checks that are available, and then just leave. And that's just, you know, non-committal, like, easiest way to pick up just, you know, free stuff without having to, you know, that takes just little to no time whatsoever. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to shotgun Land of Dragons. It's right here next to me. The first area, what is it? The first area is the Bamboo Grove, and it's just got 3 chests just lying around. I'm just going to pick those up, and then we're going to leave. I'm going to take Ping's stuff. And so you can kind of already see right out the gate just how, like, powerful the Garden of Assemblage is. It just, because it allows you to go to all of these different worlds in any order whenever you want, it just allows for so much, let's see, we're going to shotgun PR as well. It just allows you to just form your own strategy and form your own route on the fly, because things are so open-ended now. And it makes a lot of seeds super interesting. A lot of seeds aren't going to be the same. There's going to be, like, different quirks and different, different things going on with every seed. It makes it refreshing and super interesting. Just overall pretty darn fun. So we shotgunned LOD, Port Royal. We're going to go to Space Paranoids, and we're going to shotgun this area as well. Maybe explain how you can play this as a co-op. Yeah, so especially for SGDQ, I am down if anybody wants to do a co-op submission, or if anybody wants to also do Randomizer and wants to do a race for SGDQ. I would totally be more than down. It makes it a lot more fun, a lot more interesting. But there's there's a huge... there's a pretty big competitive scene. There are, like, actual tournaments that go on the regular for Randomizer at this point. It's been around for, like, close to a year. Ooh, Quick Run. That's actually a pretty important ability, and I'll explain why in a little bit. Quick Run's a good pickup for sure. Let's check out Gullwing. But yeah, no, Rando is definitely like taken off, and people seem to just absolutely love the crap out of it. It's kind of breathed new life into like speedrunning, or just, you know, speedrunning Kingdom Hearts and all that sort of thing. I've seen so many people that used to speedrun back in the day, like 5, 6, 7 years ago, that stopped and have come back specifically because Rando's a thing. Alright, so shotgunning, what is it? Shotgunning SP was definitely worth it because we got Quick Run. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to the world that never was, actually, and we're going to beat the first boss, Roxas. Let's see. I think I'm also going to take off Guard Break just to make this strategy a little bit easier. This might be... The strategy might be a little tough with just Quick Run as my growth ability, but that's okay. How long does a typical rando take? Oh, yeah. Typical randos, Jet Seeds usually take around 90 minutes or so to complete on average, but 100% seeds, like really, really difficult seeds where you have to get just about every single important check in the game, those take like upwards to like 2.5 hours, maybe 3. 3 is like pretty rare at this point. But yeah, there is a bit of variance for sure when it comes to Randomizer. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and beat Roxas. So, Roxas is considered by a lot of more casual fans to be on the tougher side as far as bosses are concerned, but we have this little cheese strategy that we can implement. What we're gonna do is we're gonna let this guy just attack 4 times and teleport around. And then what he's gonna do is he's gonna initiate this little quick time event. And if we win the quick time event, we steal his Keyblades and allows us to do the cheese strategy. There we go. What we're gonna do is we're gonna run up to him and combo him up against the wall. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use Quick Run that we got earlier, and we're just going to Quick Run up against the wall. And these Keyblades are going to stun lock him, and we are literally going to do this for the next 2 minutes, and then we're going to hit him with the finisher and he's going to die. If you're wondering, the Keyblades don't add any revenge value whatsoever, so he's never going to break out as long as I just continue to Quick Run the whole time. Perfect time to read donations. But yeah, excuse me. I think the cool thing about this strategy in particular is this is the sort of thing that, like, you'll never see this in a speedrun, ever. This is way too slow to be ever seen in, like, an any % run or 100% run or whatever. But because it's Randomizer and the only objective is to just get past him, you don't have to be fast. Just as long as you can actually beat the guy, the strategy is totally 100% okay. It's good. So this is an instance where this strategy, we've known for a lot of years up to this point, actually kind of comes into play and it's useful in this in Randomizer. Explain Xigbar. Oh yeah, so I was mentioning Xigbar a little bit earlier with Horizontal Slash. The reason why we put so much stock in that boss fight is because he is the final boss. Like, the actual final boss is Xemnas, but he is the most difficult fight that you have to complete in a Randomizer every single time. And so because of that, we're looking for any sort of win condition, any combination of abilities, any combination of forms, abilities, levels, whatever it is that whatever it takes to actually get past that fight. We're always on the lookout for that, just because of how difficult he is. Hey, Reflect, dope. All right, Reflect is huge. That's one of the best spells in the game. I pretty much always look for a Reflect to actually beat the game in the first place. So getting it here early on is huge. And we got a Thunder. Dope. Thunder is also super good. I mentioned earlier stuff like, oh, well, I'm dead. That's fine. I mentioned earlier how Thunder is useful for going to an area like PR. Well, let's see. Is the same thing gonna happen? No, okay. Well, we definitely opened up, we opened up an area like Port Royal with getting that Thunder, so yeah. Second Chance is also a good ability. We dub that an important ability as well. Anything, I guess I should also explain the tracker in the bottom left. Anything that's an important ability or an important check is going to show up on that tracker. Let's see. Aerial dodge is also pretty solid. Growth abilities are not considered important, but they are very useful. Yes, this is on critical mode. That's correct. Yeah, so far, what is it? Damn. The World That Never Was is a 5. That's huge. That is a lot of important checks, actually. This place is juicing. Definitely juicing. So another one of the big useful things about coming here so early is fighting these Dragoons in this, what is it, in this elevator. The Dragoons are moderately difficult to fight, but not too bad. I'm going to put these guys on Soar Attack as well. And if you have something like Reflect, which we just got, they are doable. Like, it is doable to actually beat these guys. Here, I'm gonna wait. I got a couple reaction boosts earlier. Reaction boosts, so... Uh-oh. I thought I got the bug there. Okay, there we go. So the reaction boosts here will definitely help out. Hey, we've got a Thunder on level ups. Sweet. That gets us to Thundara, just like that. And yeah, all the, what is it, just by killing those Dragoons, you get a ton of experience because this is a late game area. Alright, cool. So, we can't really go any further than this because that's Xigbar. But we will definitely be coming back later when we were ready to go and we're prepped. So, good start, good start. We got a lot of stuff. We're still going to continue the gathering phase of just looking for useful stuff. So, we're going to go to Disney Castle. We got a hint earlier that told us that Disney Castle has 3 important things. So we're going to just be on the lookout for that. Probably one of the most basic strategies that is implemented around hints is if you find the 3 things, if you find 3 important things in a hinted area, then that means that there's no proof there. There's no proof and there's no, what is it, there's no more important stuff. So you can just leave. That's one of the 3, actually, so sweet. 1 out of 3. It's final form as well. That's huge. One of the most important drives. Useful for Xigbar as well. So that's pretty big. Actually, hold on. I think I technically have Auto Valor. Hold on. I'm gonna check if I have it or not. I've got a lot of auto abilities. I also have Second Chance. I'm gonna see if I can cheese this a little bit and abuse auto forms. Auto forms, if nobody knows, when you get to low health, well, it's not gonna. Well, actually, hold on. I've got Second Chance. I can take another hit. There it is. Sweet. When you get to low health, like under 25%, it will actually give you a prompt to use a drive form. So even though I don't actually own Valor form, I can go into Valor form because of this ability. That gives me 3. Sweet. The max amount of form, what is it? Form experience we can get is 3. So I will definitely pick that up. All right. We're gonna keep going. Oh, I shouldn't have quick ran. That's fine. This way. Let's go. This way. Let's go. Do you need at least 1 form to use the autos? No. So, the way that it works with drive forms is if you have 1 drive form, the max form experience you can get, or the max form level you can get is 3. If you have 2, then the max is 4. If you have 3, the max is 5, so on and so forth. But if you have 0, the max is 2. So you can still actually activate a auto form even if you don't own one. Just know that the max is dependent on how many drive forms you actually own. Can you still level up the forms through auto forms? Yes, exactly. That's exactly why I went into auto valor there in the first place. Was to get a little bit of form experience. The form level ups also give checks. Those are randomized item locations, so you can get a proof on a form level. So that's why those are important to, or there's a strategy revolving around leveling up forms as you go through Randomizer. The way that I like to describe it is, if anybody's familiar with Ocarina of Time Randomizer, it's like collecting Skulltulas. You kind of do like some sort of task to level up or collect skulls, and then you turn them in, and it gives you an important check after a certain amount of time. Yeah, a small little logic thing. A small little logic thing is forms cannot be on other forms. You'll never find a drive form within a drive form. What backup plans and safety strats do you have for rough starts / hard seeds? Marathon strats for extra safety? I mean, there's really nothing. I mean, if you get a bad seed at the start, you just get a bad seed. There's really that's part of rando. But you can, there's never a time where a seed is incompletable. You always just kind of push through. You can always just push through. We got Chicken Little. Chicken Little's really solid. That's a really good source of crowd control, since he has his whistle that can magnetize enemies and pull them into you. What's that for? There we go. So, let's see. We have one more important check here. And there's one more area here in Disney Castle that I can check to see if I can get anything for free, which is these 3 chests. Anything more from beyond this point? Oh, there it is. Sweet. We're going to keep going to see if there's anything useful over here. Sora's Heart has 5 important checks. That's a lot, actually. Man, all right, cool. Oh, dude, my magic is juicing. I just not noticed that. That's pretty good. I've got a very, very high magic stat for what level I'm at. 23 is quite high. I guess I should explain. First, I'll explain where I'm gonna go next. And I'm pretty sure we're just gonna go to Agrabah. Agrabah is also a very nice gathering world just for finding checks without having to do many fights. I should explain the blue that's next to the that Sora icon on the top left. Let's see. So there's a little bit of logic. The easiest way that I can explain this is a proof has to be in a blue world. I'm just gonna call it a blue world. It's called a hinted. What is it? An area, a hinted hint. There's different ways to describe it. I'm just gonna call it a blue world. Basically, proofs must be hinted. The worlds where you find a proof must be hinted, and the hints that lead to a world with a proof also have to be hinted. So, I mean, if we want to go through it, we found a hint for levels in Disney Castle, and then we found a hint for Disney Castle that gave us that hint. So that's why it's blue. And as I said earlier, it's a little bit on the difficult side to understand, or a little bit on the unintuitive side. It's a lot easier for people that have played Rando quite a bit to actually kind of pick up and understand. I did get an aerial dodge, I think. Yeah. I've got a level 2 aerial dodge. Form boost, draw. Oh, wow, double jackpot. Cool. Oh, I almost forgot. Berserk charge. Okay, so that's actually huge. Let me continue looking around. Okay, so we've got Berserk charge on a Keyblade. Since we got Final Form earlier, that also gives us a free Keyblade, just because There are certain forms that just have 2 Keyblades. Berserk Charge is huge for Xigbar specifically because there's the strategy that we implement called horizontal slash, or what is it, Berserk Charge horizontal slash. It's a stun locking strategy that we use for him. And you can actually get through the fight at a relatively low level just using that strategy. So that's actually really huge. I'm going to go ahead and just chuck these guys just to... Ow. I'm going to go over here just to save my progress and then come back and get these last couple chests. Sweet. All right. So I think based on everything that I have so far, there's a couple areas that I could be going to. I could actually go to the world that never was, like, right now if I wanted to give Xigbar more of a try. I did get a couple Keyblades. Thanks for pointing that out. I'm going to go ahead and check those. Since all the Keyblades are randomized, you have to check them to see if there's anything useful. There's a draw. Thunder Boost is not too bad since we've got Thundara at this point. PR, Port Royal, is actually also a pretty decent spot at this point in time because we've got a really good magic stat. We've got Chicken Little as our source of crowd control. Oh yeah, that's a vanilla, that is a vanilla photon debugger. It's got the vanilla ability. Alright, so this little area is a little bit on the tough side because there are these enemies called Fortune Tellers. But I'm going to try my best. I've got Reflect and I've got some other movement abilities so that I should be able to avoid them without them giving me too much trouble. I'm going to reflect that, and then I'm going to hit him with that. There we go. And there's 2 right here. Aerial dodge my way out. There we go. Not too much trouble. There we go. Yeah, that room typically is on like the difficult side. It's why I wait to go to Agrabah until I've got some decent movement abilities just so that I can outmaneuver those guys. Otherwise, you're going to be spending a lot of time in there. Dying, and you're also going to be spending a lot of time just moving really slowly. As you can see, those platforms and just other things made it a little bit difficult to traverse that area, but if you've got good movement, it makes it a lot nicer going through that path. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and leave here. So we're mostly finished with the gathering phase at this point. We can... Trying to think here. Take off Auto Valor. A strong play is to go to Beast Castle and shotgun this area. Mostly do the first half, which involves the courtyard, clearing out the East Wing, the West Wing, and doing the Thresholder fight, which isn't, at this point, it's not going to be too difficult. But yeah, we're just going to go ahead and do this. Pick up a bunch of checks. I think the most important thing that I would like right now is a glide. We've got aerial dodge, and combine aerial dodge with glide, and you've got just really, really insane movement. Pretty much set for the entire seed if you find one, so I'm on the lookout for that. We're still using Quick Run. It's pretty solid for now. It just kind of... gets us by, but we're really looking for that glide for sure. Alright. I think, let's see. So there's a couple different areas that we could go to after this that are pretty popular. One area that I would like to go to pretty early on is Hollow Bastion. Do the first visit of Hollow Bastion. Trinity Limit's a good ability. Nice. That's useful for areas like Olympus Coliseum, I would say. And just a couple of other various areas. Trinity's, it's just an overall good limit to have. So going to Hollow Bastion's pretty good. Going to Twilight Town at this point is pretty good. Going to Port Royal's pretty solid. There's like a bunch of different areas we could go to. And we'll just kind of have to make a good decision just based on the information that we have and based on the resources that we've gathered in this first 30 minutes. We've got some magic boosts. We've actually got a few boosts. I think now is actually a good time for me to just go ahead and use all of them, including all these AP boosts. Alright, we'll put on the guard break again. We don't want the dodge roll on. And yeah, that seems good. Drive Converter, we got that earlier. I didn't really mention it much, but it's also a useful ability for leveling up Master Form when we get to that point. But yeah, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just take care of Thresholder and then probably Bail. We could potentially just come back here later. We've got decent combat abilities, semi-decent movement. We can do just about anything. We're still just kind of looking for maybe one more thing to kind of push us over the edge. I think Chicken Little actually is going to be the best thing for dealing with this fight. All right, let's go. Oh yeah, actually, I probably should have put on Trinity Limit there. That's okay, though. We're going to reflect this. There we go. Ow. Ow. Come on. Let's go, Chicken Little. There we go. That's the power of Chicken Little right there. When enemies are far away, he activates this whistle. And it pulls in enemies and just kind of leaves them helplessly for you to attack. So it's a really, really good form of crowd control. Typically those gargoyle statues are a huge pain in the butt to deal with, but if you've got something like Chicken Little, it makes it much, much easier. All right, not too bad. Not too bad. Having the reflect there also helped a ton. Okay, another aerial dodge. And a hint for Agrabah. Agrabah has two things. We were already there and we found one thing, so if we go in a little bit further, there's one more thing. We're gonna go to Hollow Bastion. Yeah, this is a really strong, very popular world to go to. I think I might also change the Keyblade that's on Final Form. But yeah, this world is hugely popular to go to. It's got a ton of checks, a ton of density, and there's a bunch of other things involved with Hollow Bastion that are also super popular. One of them being this area right here having nobodies, and it allows you to level up Final Form. It's kind of hard to find nobodies in Randomizer, in KH2 in general, so any place where you can actually level up Final Form early on is actually a pretty strong area, and Hollow Bastion's one of those places. Very nice. Then we're going to use Final Form. Final Form's got actually some decent movement just by itself. So we're going to use that a little bit. Pick up all this stuff. A glide! Dope! Alright. All we needed to do is just come here. Perfect. I think now's a good chance for me to put on both glide and Trinity Limit. Perfect. Perfect. Alright, sweet. We don't have the most amazing crowd control yet, but we've got such great, such good stats and just basic things like Thundara, Blizzard, Reflect. That'll just kind of carry us for this fight. Typically, this is one of the most early fights that you do in the game, and you've got way worse stats at this point. So just by virtue of me having decent stats and anything decent for taking out these guys, it's going to be way, way easier than it normally is. I say that as I get comboed. There we go. Much better. Good. We'll just use Thunder. Yeah, Thunder's good. We've got a good magic stat. It's good. Alright, now is also a good time to mention how second visits work in Randomizer. It's really simple. You complete a visit, you get kicked out into the garden. So I just finished the first visit of Hollow Bastion. And then if you want to do the second visit, all you got to do is just go back in. It's that simple. So say you finished Land of Dragons, right? You defeat Shan Yu, and you wanted to do Land of Dragons too. You wanted to do the second visit. You can do it immediately. You can just go right back in and start the second visit whenever you want. I'm gonna put on Blizzard. Yeah, there we go. Let's go over this way. Yeah, chat. I'm trying my best to like limit the amount of stuff that I'm explaining, because like I don't need to be talking the entire time. I just need to be giving like good, relevant information that I think is like pretty interesting to listen to. Yeah. What's great about finishing that first visit of Hollow Bastion is then you can just go into Hollow Bastion 2 and just get all this stuff for free. So we've got 3 things in the postern, we've got 4 things in the corridors, we've got a few things before this this next fight that we have to do in the second visit, but it really does give you just free stuff. And you'll notice that these corridors and these areas are starting to get a little bit longer, a little bit more. You gotta put in more legwork to actually get through these areas and pick up all these checks. That's why having good movement is so important early on. The earlier you have good movement, the faster it is just picking up every single check in the game from that point. Terming and juicing. Oh yeah, it's always going to be juicing. If an area's got good stuff, it is by virtue called juicing. You can thank my friend Asa for coming up with that one. I just stole it from him. And Magnet. All right, Magnet's also a big thing that we've been looking for. Magnet is just crowd control the spell, and it's super nice. It's really, really busted, and we're going to be using it a ton. Let's see. I think we can do this fight if we wanted to. I'm trying to think if we actually should. We can use Chicken Little, I believe, and we can use Blizzard Reflect. Yeah, I think we can do this. I'm gonna. This might be on the more difficult side as far as fights are concerned for the amount of stuff that I've got, but I'm actually gonna give it a try. I think it's doable. This is a winnable fight. I'm gonna use some stuff like some blizzards here and there. Alright, use that crowd control right there, use some blizzards, push these guys away. This guy is the most important guy to deal with. The Crimson Jazz are just notoriously really difficult enemies, and if they get free, they can just do some horrible, horrible stuff, but good stats, good magic, we got through it, no problem. Alright, because getting through that fight is actually pretty powerful, because what it does is it gives us access to the Cavern of Remembrance, which also has a ton of checks in it. Typically, this is actually a post-game area, but this first area is free. There's no required fighting to pick up any of this stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and scavenge it. There's also a pretty cool strategy, a skip involved, to skip any of the required fighting, and you can get 99% of the chests in this area. We'll see if we can pull it off later. We actually need some more stuff to pull it off. Light and Darkness is a little late. You can use that to force getting Final Form, but we've already got it, so we're good. I'm going to save these chests for last because these enemies are actually on the ground, and there's a good chance they'll kill me. But they're just kind of nice routing it this way to pick these up as I'm leaving. Alright, good stuff. I think, let me see. Do I use Final Form here? You know what? Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this fight. This is also a good opportunity for me to pick up some final experience. And I think that I've got the spell, what is it? the magic stat in order to pull it off. So we're going to go ahead and just do it. You got to be careful, though, with these guys because the dancers have that attack right there. Whenever they're glowing, that's a command grab, and if they touch you, you are dead. It's pretty much a guaranteed one-shot, especially with my defense stat at this point. Ow! Oh god. Yeah. Yeah. So they did they did the kick. And if they do the kick, you got an aerial recovery out of it. Otherwise, they're just going to do it again and kill you. We're going to give it another shot. We should be able to do this. I was just getting a little bit complacent there. Magnet again. There we go. This is much better. Get these guys here in the middle. I'm going to magnet all these guys. Yeah. Get them out of that command grab state. And perfect. There we go. Aerial recovery is on one of my keyblades, but I don't think there's really a need to put it on just because of those guys. So I needed to be better. I needed to be better at the video game to avoid getting killed there, but you know. It happens sometimes. Okay, we got a magnet for our troubles. Magnera this early is actually pretty solid. There's still 3 things left in this world. Cool. All right, we're gonna go ahead and bail out of here. We've got Magnera, sweet. We could do, let's see, Port Royal. We could do Twilight Town right now if we wanted to. I'm trying to think about what's going to be the best thing. I'm going to do Port Royal, sure. Let's do this. Typically, I like to do Twilight Town as early as possible, just because I want to show off just, you know, now that we've got the spells that I've been hyping up this entire time. Now that we've got the spells to do this area, let's just go ahead and do it. It's also the rule. Goons absolutely must full clear PR. It's required for every single seed. Otherwise, there's going to be a proof here, and you're going to lose. There we go. Oh yeah, we've got a good magic stat. It's pretty good. Let's see. I think I do have a Thunder Boost just hanging out here that I haven't put on yet. Yeah, there it is.
Where are you?
Right. And Chicken Little's, you know, useful here because, again, crowd control. It's really good. The other useful thing about this world is doing it early gives pretty decent experience. The pirates themselves actually have a pretty decent EXP rate. So if you can do it early, you actually get some pretty decent levels early on. It's not too bad. I'm just going to pick this stuff up in the town. Got another Keyblade. I'm not sure if I checked Keyblades earlier. Guardian Soul's also got Berserk Charge. Okay, so both of them, it's a little unfortunate. They're both on a Keyblade, which, oh well. But it doesn't really matter just as long as we can actually get past Xigbar, and we're good. It's a better Berserk Charge. That's good. That's not too bad. Yeah, 6-3 is actually really solid. 6-3 is good stats for that Keyblade. Normally, on the stats for Keyblades, the max for both strength and magic is 7. So that's why the Keyblade that we have right now is so good, Starseeker. 6-7 is rare. Like, you don't normally ever see such high stats in both departments on a single Keyblade. There's one time where I've had like the ultimate maxed out Keyblade. You also got that Shade Archive. That's actually a really good accessory. We'll definitely be putting that on later. Alright, this fight is just a minute-long fight. We're just going to basically try and get as much experience here as possible. These guys are just sniping. In order to get these guys to stop just shooting their little muskets, we gotta like actually block their stuff, and then they'll come forward and we can suck them in. Yeah, at this point, if we're one-shotting these guys with Blizzard, we've got a good magic stat for sure. Oh yeah, the double jackpot also makes these, also gives us big drive orbs, which helps for recovering Chicken Little's gauge. There we go. Good stuff. Alright. Another Keyblade. I feel like we've gotten just so many Keyblades. That's another vanilla Keyblade. Nice. Alright, we're gonna Chicken Little, get in this corner. We're gonna do the suck, and then we're gonna do the shoot. Perfect. Free ether, there's dope. Sweet. Alright. Yeah, Delta, I mentioned that earlier, but yeah, KH2 Rando, super popular at this point. People absolutely love it. Speedrunners and casual fans alike seem to just love Rando. Right, let's go over here. I'm gonna ether, and then we're gonna use thunder on these guys since they're on the second floor. There we go. Good stuff. Easy peasy. Yeah, when you've got, I think what's great about Rando is it just showcases if you've got the right build, you can just go, you go super, super fast. Lightning speed. Way faster than you would be able to do in a normal speed run. And just because of that, because of the open-endedness of it, and because you have access to certain tools way earlier than normal, it just makes, it opens up so many different strategies and possibilities that normally wouldn't be there. Ow, I got shot in the back. Don't kill me, there we go, okay. That also puts me in XP boost range, so I guess I'll just, you know, kill some pirates while I'm here, why not? I'm gonna chuck this magnet to break the boxes. Thunder both of those guys. Let's see what we can do here. We gotta pick up three chests. Ow. There's another Keyblade. Oh! Oh, another Keyblade. Wow. We're getting every single Keyblade in the game. There we go. Alright, so speaking of strategies that you normally wouldn't be able to do, what we're going to do is we're just going to Thunder Barbossa. The reason why this works is because Barbossa is weak to spells just like the other pirates are. And his weakness constantly resets his revenge value to 0. So you can just Thunder this guy over and over and over again, and he can't do anything about it. And as long as you've got the magic stat and the ethers to do it, it's actually one of the easiest boss fights in Randomizer. We're going to do Port Royal 2 as well. That's kind of one of the reasons why this area is so strong, is because really the only thing in the second visit that you've got to worry about is the final boss. Everything else is just more pirates, and if you've got spells to beat pirates, then the second visit's not going to be any different. So like these are second visit pirates. They're supposed to be like much stronger. It's just a couple more blizzards. That's all it is. So far, PR has been empty, and it has hurt my soul. But that's okay, because goons have to do it anyway. Yeah, unfortunately, so sometimes at this point, if you've got good hints, you can chase those hints and just go for areas that are guaranteed to have good stuff, or just important checks in the first place. But sometimes you don't really get hints, so you got to go to an unhinted world and just kind of hope for the best. We picked PR. PR just hasn't really paid out all that much. I think I'm actually going to try and bust out Final Form for this. Alright, let's see. Final Form's got a pretty insane Blizzard finisher. So, use that. We've also got a couple form boosts, so doing it like this is actually still pretty strong. There we go, yeah. That was good stuff. It's going to be on Reaper 2. Why would you say these things? Do you hate me? What do you want from me? Yeah, Blizzard, what is it? Final Form Blizzard finisher is just, it's rapid fire. Hey, Blizzard. Okay, we got an important check here. Cool. We got another one. Look at that. Back to back. The BTB. All right, there's a few more things, a few more checks back here. Scan. Okay. Scan's pretty good. I like knowing what my opponent's health is. I'll take it. Not required, but it's definitely convenient. Got him. Got him. No, just the items and abilities are randomized. There is such thing as a boss enemy randomizer, but it's a little unstable right now, so we're not doing that. But we did actually end up getting 2 things here, so, I mean, it feels kind of okay. What are we gonna do now? Okay, so now that we've got Glide, we're gonna go to Olympus Coliseum and we're gonna shotgun this area. We could full clear it, but it's been, what is it? It's been a hot minute and I would like to go to Twilight Town. I don't like to do Twilight Town late. It's one of my favorite worlds. It's very, very strong and I'd like to do it within the first hour, so we're probably gonna do that. But what we're going to do is, since we've got Glide, we're going to shotgun this area. Normally, these corridors are very, very long, and traversing through them takes quite a bit of time, but if you've got an aerial dodge and a glide, it makes it so much faster, and it makes it worth actually picking up these first 7 checks. So we're gonna see if we find anything cool here, and then we're just gonna bail and go to Twilight Town, I think. Ow, that hurts. Alright, scan is definitely not on yet. We've got a Nobody Lance, cool. We've got some ice cream. Alright, nothing here. We do have 22 out of 50 important checks, so it's not like we're going super slow. I would say this is like an average seed, so far anyway. I'm gonna check how much money I have. Okay, I have enough to buy the victory bell. I'm gonna go ahead and just pick that up. That's gonna be used for Xigbar later as well. Just having a Donald limit in general to drain your MP immediately is very solid for that fight. Yeah, we're gonna go to Twilight Town 1. It's got really good density. A lot of people don't like to go here very early because, one, you'd like to have good growth, because this first area, it takes a little bit of traversing to actually get all the chests. Guard's nice. The other reason people don't like to go here early is they want to have Final Form for the final experience, which is fair. I think every rando player has their preferences on what worlds they prefer and which worlds they don't prefer. My preferred world is Twilight Town. I'm biased. I just like this place. I think it's good. I think it's got good density. I like to do it very, very early on. If you get access to the final visit of Twilight Town, TT3, it gives a crap ton of good experience. It gives you access to the mansion, which you can use to level up both Master Form and Final Form. It's just got a lot of things going for it. Why do people not opt to use Goofy's limits? Goofy's limits are also good too. They're not too bad. Donald's limits just, what is it? are immediate. They don't take control away from the player. Goofy's kind of do for a quick second, and then they give you control right back. Donalds are just preferred. They're nicer to have. Yeah, this place has got good music. We're vibing. We're chilling, dude. This place is great. I got a few keyblades. Let me just check this out real quick. Okay, we got another form boost on deck. Air combo boost isn't too bad. Okay, nothing like super amazing, but you know, just there. Things are there. All right, so this is my opportunity. Actually, now that I think about it, hold on, I have Trinity, don't I? Yeah, I do. So normally I would level up Final Form here, but because we've already maxed it out up to this point, instead we're gonna clear this fight out as quickly as possible, which involves using Trinity Limit. To get past this fight, you either get to low health. Oh yeah, that's right. Gotta use Circle here. Build up a ton of hits, get to low health, or run out the timer. Building up hits with Trinity Limit, it's really fast. So yeah, there you go. We got super lucky on the Star Seeker. Yeah, Star Seeker's actually pretty insane right now. All right, we got a hint. Beast Castle has 3 things. So we've already been there, and it's got 1 thing so far. So there's definitely some stuff that's kind of backloaded for sure. I'm trying to think of some areas that we could go to. Oh, I didn't even notice that LOD's a 1 as well. Huh, alright. So there's just a bunch of stuff out there that we don't really know about quite yet. Oh, Ribbon's nice. Ribbon's definitely a good piece of equipment. Because Beast Castle is now hinted, the hint for Agrabah was in Beast Castle, so Agrabah is blue. Yeah, we already mentioned the hinted hint thing. I don't think I'm going to go over it again, but just, you know, a quick little reminder. Blue worlds generally have a higher chance of having a proof because the logic requires that proofs are in blue worlds. That's how it works. Oh yeah, the Shade Archive. Thank you, chat. I appreciate the backseating. You guys are awesome. Yeah, Shade Archive's got 3 magic on it, which is a very, very solid stat for accessories. Hints can also hint themselves. That's right. So like you find a hint in Port Royal and it says PR's got 5 things, then that means it's automatically blue. Our magic stat is dope, if you guys hadn't noticed, so we're just going to continue to use Magnet here at this point. Oh yeah, we don't have enough magic. We clearly need more. Yeah, we've got basically end game stats at this point, and we're fighting early game enemies. We're gonna kind of do this. We're gonna just one-shot these guys. All right, I'm gonna keep going. I think what I'm gonna do about the 1 hour mark, so I think I've got everything that I need to beat Xigbar. So we're going to do it. I'm gonna try and be a gamer. Hey, Master Form. Okay, that's pretty dope too. I would have liked to have had that earlier, but it's fine. It's fine. Everything is just fine. All right, so TT1 is done. Pretty solid. We've got Final Form leveled up pretty nicely. Technically we've got Second Chance. We've got Berserk Charge, Horizontal Slash in our pocket. We've got a good Donald Staff. We're going to go for it. We're going to try and get past Xigbar. The earlier you get past Xigbar, just generally the better. Because since you have to go through the world that never was every single seed, just getting through it is never a waste of time. It's never a waste of time coming here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to check all of our stuff currently. Use some AP boost so that I can put on this damage control. And then what we're going to put on our Berserk Charge Keyblade. I think Thunder Boost there is just fine. Actually, we can put Starseeker on there for now. And what we're going to do is, what I like to do is I like to put potions on Donald and Goofy so that they can chuck them at me if I were to get to low health. And so they can also heal themselves as well. I'm going to put on some potions myself because the strategy that we're going to employ uses Berserk Charge. And the way that it works is you don't ever use a finisher when you are when you're out of MP. And we can combine that with this rapid hitting attack called Horizontal Slash to stun lock Xigbar. So as long as we're not in MP recharge, gotta take that off. Oh, I also need to put on Donald's thing. As long as we're in MP recharge, then we can just continue to stun lock this guy. If we've got, we can continue to stun lock this guy. It isn't that easy. The Horizontal Slash loop requires some quite precise timing. So I've got to kind of focus up a little bit, but I'll try and explain everything up to that point. So the big toughy thing about Xigbar is you never want him to enter his desperation move phase. So the easiest way that we rando players do that is we get him to go into a room transition. He's going to room transition here in just a second. And as long as he's stuck here, as long as we never use a finisher, he's not going to break out. So as long as I continue this loop, and we stay here on this room transition. Broke out a little bit. I'm going to do that just in case. Okay, that's fine. He can break out just as long as we're not dead. We can just continue doing this. He broke out there. That's fine. Oh no. I think... Ooh, that was so close. So what happened there is after a certain amount of time of him being in that room transition, he can just break himself out. And I used the iframes of Donald's Limit to just land that last hit on him right before he started DMing. That was close. I was so close, but we got through it. We are safe. We are free. We're going to take these potions off now because these guys don't need them. I'm going to put on my preferred Keyblade as well. Let's see. Where art thou? There you are. Okay, cool. First try. We're gamers. We're out here, dude. Oh, wow. Another reaction boost. My God. Yeah, that definitely feels good to have. And at this point, like, Xigbar is definitely the big one, and there are definitely a few other fights, but we'll do them relatively slowly in comparison to how we normally do them in the speed run, but they're doable, so we can just plow right through, no problem. Squarial recovery. Alright, cool. I think we've got Guard Break and we've got Combo Master, so we can actually do the speedrun strat, believe it or not. Yeah, let's do this.
The first to run out of time is the loser.
We're gonna bounce back. Ow. Okay, we're not gonna bounce forward. That was a little too early. We're just gonna wait this out. Ow, 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 leave me alone. Yeah, because I didn't get the strategy to break myself out of dice form, we're just gonna have to kind of run away. I don't want to get hit by anything. It might be faster to just die in this situation, but I'm gonna try. I'm a gamer. I wanna win. I wanna get the W. I think I'm far enough. He can't hit me. Yeah. Here, let me. Yeah, you can just not You can just lay off with that. Oh, I don't have a finishing plus, yeah. Well, we're gonna have to figure this out. Boom, boom. What we're waiting for is not that move. What we're waiting for is for him to do a challenge, is it? But he's not doing it. Luxord knows that we're trying to defeat him, and he has decided that he's not about our games. There we go. Ah. Luxord himself is also a gamer, it's true. Okay, there we go. By hitting him there with the magnet, it forces him to retaliate with an attack. And one of those attacks can be this minigame. And what you can do, as you guys are seeing me, is you reflect the minigame, and it'll cause him to stagger, and then you just do a few more hits, and you just force him to retaliate over and over and over again. Now, he doesn't always do the minigame. Sometimes he'll throw cards like he's been doing. And you just gotta hold that. But if he does this, then we're in good shape. I think we gotta do 1, 2, 1. There's the retaliation. Reflect. 1, 2, 3. All right, good minigame again. Actually, I think it'll be faster for us to go through the minigame. That's fine. Reflect the minigame. Oh yeah, no, that's a term. That's a term. We do it all the time. I'm gonna glide up here real quick. Just kind of get away from this guy. There we go. The goal there is to hit all the O's. And you win the game. Alright, cool. So not too bad there. We would like to have a certain summon for this next fight, Saix. We would like to have Peter Pan. We don't have him. So we're just going to have to hold that. However, we can... What is it? We can still beat him. It is a winnable fight for sure. It's just going to require a little bit more of a convoluted loop in order to accomplish it. But we're going to do it. We're going to go for it. Block this. In order to get him out of his berserk phase, we use the Claymore reaction command right here. We'll reflect once, and we're going to do 2 combos. Here's the first, and then the second will force him to retaliate, like so. And then we'll just continue this loop over and over again until his berserk charge, or his berserk gauge in the top left is filled. Ah, unfortunate. It was a little unfortunate timing there. I wanted to pick up the Claymore right as he went into his berserk phase, but that didn't work out. We're just gonna sit here and we're gonna chill. There we go. We got him out. Reflect that, and we'll just continue to do this this loop. Here. Yeah, this'll work. We'll allow him to retaliate on his own, just like that, and then what we'll do is we'll do 2 combos, and then pick up the Claymore just like that. And while we're waiting, he'll power up. We'll use the reaction command, and we're gonna mess it up, but we're fine because we're gamers. I'm gonna pick that up real quick before he kills me. We're gonna run away because we're gamers. It's fine. This is all part of the strategy. There's no way I'm messing up whatsoever. What are you talking about? Alright. Let's try it again. 1 combo. 2. And then we pick it up a little bit later. And then we did it. Okay, so we got it once. We did get it once. You gotta give me credit, chat, alright? There we go. All done. All done. We did get the proper loop one time. It worked out. Yeah, I did. We did fine. We're good. We're chilling, dude. No problem. Yeah, we don't need Pan. Pan's for the babies, dude. Pan is for the babies. All right, so the last one here is Ximnus 1 that we have to do. Riku shows up. We're going to immediately nab his stuff because that's what us speedrunners do. We just pillage and steal like the jerks we are. I'm also going to put on an extra ether there. Yeah, that seems fine. Okay, cool. Let's see. There are a few checks here that we need to pick up. Unfortunately, this area is tough to traverse without just getting one shot. I'm going to try and use Final Form to help me out a little bit. It's not a failsafe. We're just going to try our best. Alright, there's a Manifest Illusion. These guys are going to try and snipe me. I'm going to run away like a little baby. Oh, dude, a potion. Thank God. I'm low on health. And report 10. Okay. Pride Lands has 2 things. We found those 2 things, so Pride Lands is done. Big thumbs up. Good job, chat. We did it. Damage control on that. I think we just have every single Keyblade in the game at this point. Oh, did STT turn blue because of Pride Lands? Oh, it did! Crap. Okay, so one thing you'll have to know about me. STT, what it is Roxas World. It's the intro section at the beginning of KH2. I don't like to go there. It's pretty bad. If I do say so myself. It's not that great. But we might be forced to go there. It's possible. What we would like to do is we would like to at least have limit form before going to Roxas World, because that would help speed it up tremendously. But if we don't have it, then we just, you know, we might just have to go there and just hold that. There might be, what is it? Limit form might be in STT. That's every rando runner's nightmare, except for like Salad. I think Salad thinks that's cool. So I don't know. We've got Trinity Limit here, so we can do these reflect combos on this guy without too much fear. Ximnus will choose between a few different combos. If he does his long combo and we're stuck in reflect, we're usually in trouble, but you can cancel out of the reflect. That's a potion. I wanted an ether. You can cancel out of the reflect with a Trinity Limit, and it keeps you safe. So that's why I'm just kind of sitting here and I'm, you know, doing the reflect combos like I am. So all we're doing is we're kind of waiting until about the end of this health bar. And he should hit us with his drain again. Perfect. All right. We're going to go back over here. We're going to hit the lucky star. I explained the blue zones earlier. If you want an in-depth explanation again, blue zones are, what is it? Proofs have to be in blue worlds. And, what is it? For a world to turn blue, the hint that points to that world must also be hinted. It's called a hinted hint. Alright, cool. So that's all of the world that never was. We are right there. Oh, hey, Wisdom Form. Wow, this place was juicing like crazy. So that is the final battle right there. That's the end of the game. In order, like I said, just to, you know, refresh everybody, in order to unlock that door and get to the end of the game, we need all 3 proofs in the bottom left. Okay, cool. Wow, that was a lot of, what is it? That was a lot of stuff there. Where do we go from here? I should have planned this out before I left. I think what we're going to do, I'm not really feeling so hot about the hints so far, so I'm just going to go to Twilight Town and finish it off. Going to Twilight Town and just getting to a higher level. Like, we're in the mid-20s. It's pretty good. But if we get to an even higher level, that'll make the rest of the rando seed just that much more efficient. So going here is good for just getting some nice levels. And we're going to level up Final Form a little bit more too, actually. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. Why did it say world map instead of garden? Because the translation patch is not specified for Garden of Assemblage. It's just the English translation patch that OpenKH uses, that's why. How much health do you have, bud? Oh, you've actually got some, okay. Ah! Don't hit me. Okay, there we go. We're strong. We're just gonna kill these guys easy peasy. Why do you always hit the star before hitting the showdown command? It's because it's for good luck. It's not a meme. Don't you, chat, don't say it's a meme, all right? This is serious business, all right? I need to get good luck for the seed, all right? Oh, hey, a proof. Cool. Okay, well, it was a good idea to come here. All right, so I guess at this point, this is where hint logic comes into place. So Twilight Town has not been hinted yet. It needs to be a blue world for a proof to be here. And since we got a proof, this place has to be a blue world. There's got to be another hint out there that points to Twilight Town, so that we already know there's going to be another hint out there that points to this place. And we've got, I'm trying to count here. Hold on. I need to kill this spider. This guy is fast, actually. Well, the spider is now in the carpet, and he's going to live forever, and he is going to hatch eggs, and they're going to kill me. Unfortunate. Oh, well. That guy was so fast, actually. That was the fastest spider I've ever seen. Oh, my God. Dude, it's the worst feeling too when like you see a spider and then you look away and you don't see him. It's like it's over. At that point, he's plotting your death. We got a thunder there. That's actually pretty solid. Let's see. Where's the other play? Oh yeah. So 100 acre wood also has a proof. And there's wow, 2 glides here. Holy crap. There's some very, very specific logic with 100 acre wood. For there to be a proof in 100 acre, not only does 100 acre wood have to be hinted, but all of the torn pages in the game also have to be hinted. Now, the worlds that have the torn pages don't have to be blue, but 100 acre wood has to be blue for that to all to work out. So there's these are things to kind of keep track of as we're coming down to the wire and we're counting how many reports we have left. Which, all right, so what we're going to do here now for this mansion fight is I'm going to go into final form and I'm going to take a hit. This should drop me to 1 health. Perfect. We have experience boost on, so when we're at low health, we get double experience. And we're going to abuse that to get both a ton of final form experience and also just a ton of general experience for Sora. Yeah, Aqua Sapphires actually brought up a really good point. So, like, earlier we were in the gathering phase, and then we kind of were in the clearing out worlds phase as quickly as possible. Now we're definitely in the hunting phase. We are now relying pretty heavily on the hints to clear out the seed as quickly as possible and find that last proof, because that's all we need at this point. We pretty much have everything that we need to actually beat the seed. It's just a matter of finding that last proof at this point. Oh yeah, Thundag is really good. There we go. Yeah, this is where I start thinking about hints a lot more. I think about hint logic. According to my tracker, I have 5 hints left that I have not found. I have 8 in my pocket, but there are 5 out in the world that I have not found. At least 2 of those have to be pointing to Twilight Town and 100 Acre Wood, respectively. Which means that there's really only 3 hints out there that give me information that I don't already have. So that's pretty good to know, actually. Good chances on levels? Yeah, exactly. So, like, at this point, it's also very important to hone in on those blue worlds. Because the later you get into a seed, the more important those blue worlds become. I'm going to go over here and clear out this area. Since the blue worlds are required... What is it? Since the blue worlds... What is it? Since the last proof has to be in a blue world at some point. So the blue worlds that we have currently are Levels, STT, and Agrabah. And we could just completely disregard those hints if we wanted to. Let's see. Decisive Pumpkin. Okay, not too bad, I guess. I am going to level up because levels are pretty big at this point. Oh, I actually need to get some drive experience. So give me a quick second. I'll be right back. I'm going to use this little strategy to get my my drive back. I'm going to get these guys in a magnet, and then I'm going to do Magnet Trinity and Major Drive. What this little strategy does is it abuses the magnet's ability to hit enemies rapidly if you have a rapid hitting attack, and Major Drive on Trinity does that. So yeah, it's really helpful. Gets you a lot of drive back very, very quickly. Go over here. This guy's going to hit me. Please and thank you. Oh, shoot. Actually, my defense is too good. Yeah, it is just barely too good. That's not under 50% health. I'm going to take off this ribbon real quick. I have second chance, so I can take another hit and be left at 1 health. Boop. Thank you. I think I might have a combo plus here, or I might also just generally have a better Keyblade than... Oh yeah, this guy is bad, actually. We need to have a much better Keyblade. You'll do, because you've got Form Boost, yeah. We'll have double Form Boost, and we'll have good stats. Oh yeah, instantly we are now two-shotting these guys with fire. So yeah, the reason that we are going for this strategy is because... there are still 3 things left on levels. Right now we're at level 30. There's 20 more levels to go. Which, man, I wish Spike was here because he's actually a better mathematician than I am, and I went to college for it. But he would tell you the exact number of checks left on levels. Let's see, I'm gonna go back here. The reason why this area is such a great place to level up Final Form is we hit this beam, and it automatically refills our drive. And then we just go back and do it again.
Let's go.
Boop. All right, that should be under, what is it? Yeah, 14 out of 30, just under 50%. We are good. All right, level 5 is good. That's the max that we can get on Final Form, but we're still here for the levels. Okay, so there's one of the important checks. We got a fire. That'll just make leveling up, leveling up in general that much faster. So that's definitely helpful. All right, sweet. Get these guys to come down here. And then we'll go over here. Perfect. All right. I'll take that. This might be, oh yeah, this would definitely be what I would call a perfect time to read donations. Whenever there's like some, drive form leveling where there's not really much action going on, we're just making our numbers go up. This is a good time for donations. All right, good stuff. Love your YouTube's videos. Just followed and subscribed. Yeah. Thank you everybody who's been subscribing, by the way, during this submission. I appreciate that. I've been trying to focus on the commentary a little bit. So that's why I haven't, like, pointed out and thanked everybody for subscribing. But just, you know, in general, everybody, thank you for subscribing and resubscribing. You guys are dope. Literally would not be here without you. So I guess now, I mean, like, let's see. We have the opportunity to... I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down this pathway and I'm going to take this little exit over here. Oh yeah, double form boost is actually just so strong in this situation. All right. Now I guess is like the... Oh, I got comboed. I got annihilated, dude. I guess now's a good time to think about my next play. Should I go for a blue world? Should I go for like STT right now? Should I go for Agrabah? I'm not really sure. Core, I think, actually, yeah, no, I was thinking about core before all of this. That's actually a good point. Core is really strong. It's also an opportunity for me to show off a really cool strategy that you don't really see in a speedrun. So even if it might not be the most optimal play, I'm gonna show off core skip. I think I'm gonna do that. Oh wait, yeah, I probably want to go back up here and kill some more stuff. Level 40. Getting stat upgrades. You showed it off at AGDQ. Did I actually do core skip at AGDQ? I don't think I did. I actually don't think I don't think core skip has ever been showed off at a GDQ yet. It would be cool to show it off. I don't think I actually ever did the old core skip either, the one that just skips the whole thing. Until now. These level checks are deep. They are. This might be a level 50. This might truly be a level 50. So when we finish this, we're going to be 31 out of 50. This is also a good chance for me to do some math. So we'll be at 31 out of 50. What do we got actually hinted? We have, let's see, 31, 33, 36, 38, 38, 40, 41, 41 out of 50. And there's two hints out there that just tell me information that I pretty much already know. Let's see. I think there's like a decent balance between the amount of stuff that's hinted and not hinted. I think there's more stuff that's unhinted currently. I'm not exactly sure. Limit form. Oh, well. Okay. I mean, great. It's just more. That's more reason for me to go to STT. That is now more reason for me to go to STT. Chat wants me to go to jail. It's a sign. The seed is talking to you, movie. The seed is talking to you, and it's telling you to go here. core than STT is actually not a bad idea. I might do that. Let's see. Could it be? I want to think about it. Could it be on drives? Is that even possible? Let's see. The world that never was would need to be hinted. Halloween Town, or what is it? What gave me final form? Was it? Shoot, I should actually like also play the game. Disney. Okay, Disney Castle is hinted. I would need for Valor to be hinted somewhere. Oh yeah, I need to. Where was Master Form? It was here. Okay, so it would be hinted by default. Yeah, definitely some things. The stars would need to align a little bit for the final proof to be on a drive form. We would definitely need some more information before we got to that point. Hey, cool. All right, we're done. We got Stitch. Stitch is really useful. I just wish it wasn't on level 46. All right, so we are out of here. Actually, hold on. No, actually, I don't need to worry about it right now. Yeah. We're going to do now is I'm going to. I don't need to save there. Going to go to Hollow Bastion. We're going to do this skip called Core Skip. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save the video game real quick, because if I mess it up, then that's a soft lock and I need to reload the game from a save. But I've got Aerial Dodge level 3. This is actually going to be a little bit rough for me. I really need to practice this more often with Aerial Dodge level 3. But we've been here before. What we're going to do is we're actually going to get out of bounds, and then we're going to get back in bounds at a very particular point that's going to allow us to skip all of the fights in this area. And I'm going to explain why once the trick is actually done. So what we're going to do is we're going to get in this corner. We're going to bonk off of this wall, and we're going to hold forward. Not it. And if we do it just right, we are out of bounds. Sweet. We're hanging onto this ledge, and then what we're going to do is we're going to aim over there. We're going to drop down an aerial dodge in that direction, and then activate Master Form. Shoot. All right. Well, unfortunate. Boot ISO. I'm not sure if I actually have to boot ISO with open KH or not. I guess we're going to find out. F? Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I need to practice this anyway. Unfortunately, aerial dodge just gives so much forward thrust. Oh yeah. No, we need to. I need to. That's the unfortunate thing about open KH. It seems is that I actually need to. I need to use open KH itself in order to reload the game. So build and run. And there we go. Cool. Level 1 aerial dodge with master. Yeah, that also doesn't help for sure. Have you explained open KH? I don't think there's really any need to explain it. Let me run auto tracker. It's basically a mod manager that allows us to load in randomizer and a lot of other useful things. So let's load the game up again. What we could do is we could also just level up Master Form real quick while we're here. I'm not really sure if it's worth doing that, but it would help. It would make it a little bit easier as far as our aerial dodge. I'm gonna do that. F it. Why not? So level 2 right there. Give a shout out to OpenKH. You know, actually, I may as well just give them a shout out in general. The mod manager that I'm using is from this group project called OpenKH. And what they do is they're trying to do this cool project of reverse engineering a bunch of games onto their own Kingdom Hearts engine. And they're putting a bunch of assets together from all the different Kingdom Hearts games and allowing a lot of cool modding stuff to happen for Kingdom Hearts. So those guys are awesome. They're super smart. And big shout outs to them. Absolutely. Right there, I go out and I die, and that actually resets these orbs so that I can pick them up again. Gonna fire over here. There's another orb that gives me some, that gives me drive orbs on this side. I think that this is enough to get me to 5, hopefully. Okay, cool. That gives me aerial dodge level 3 on Master Form, which is very helpful. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the world map. Well, by the very nature of it, Randomizer is a mod of the game. So, yeah. Hopefully they'll be okay with it. I don't think that they have a problem. You can't be using this word orb that much. Oh, you're right. I can't. I should use the word sphere. Circular object. Something of that nature. All right. Did I save the game? Chat, am I insane? I may have actually completely forgot to save the game. I'm going to go do that real quick. I did? Okay. I have the memory of a goldfish. I apologize. Let's do this again. All right. Thank you, chat. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let's go over here. Let's try this again. There we go. That works. Okay, cool. We are now out of bounds on this precarious little ledge, and what we're going to do is we're going to fire across using Master Form, and then we're going to get barely back in bounds, and we're going to hit this loading zone if I can do it correctly. There we go. Sweet. So that skips a Heartless fight, a forced fight that you're supposed to normally trigger right there. And now we're in this little side room. But the only way to get back up is to... and progress this area is to go through that room and go to the other door. But we're going to do this little trick right here. This is actually a little shortcut to get back out of the cavern. And what we're going to do is we're going to abuse the shortcut. Normally you're not supposed to be able to get up this high, but I'm just going to do some fires, revert, aerial dodge, and bam, we are now up here. And that skips having to use that door. And that breaks the entirety of the Cavern of Remembrance, because now the game assumes that you have to beat that first fight, and after you beat that first fight, it sets the flags for the rest of the area. Like, it spawns the rest of the Heartless. Olympus Coliseum has 5 things. What? Oh my god. Okay, that's some huge info. But now, because we skipped that flag, we skipped setting those flags, this fight right here also doesn't spawn, and this area right here is supposed to have a ton of Heartless, and it's supposed to be really difficult to traverse. The flags are no longer set for it either, so we can just go in while it's all messed up, and we can just pick up stuff for free. There's a Reflect in here as well. Sweet. We knew that there were 3 things left in all of Hollow Bastion. That's 2 of them. Finishing Plus is pretty big, actually. That's a really good pickup. I'm going to jump off of you. We're going to fly around this way. Pick this up. Yeah, OC is now blue. So suddenly, that plan to go to STT doesn't seem nearly as strong anymore, does it? Because OC just kind of seems better. All right, cool. So that is the entirety, almost the entirety of Cavern. There is one chest at the very end that we can't pick up, but because we messed with those flags, the game also, for whatever reason, puts an invisible wall right in front of that chest. So we just can't pick it up until we actually do the core, the Cavern of Remembrance, normally. So we're just going to leave it, and we're just going to assume there's nothing in there. Look at BB trying to talk his way out of jail. I am, dude. I'm getting out of jail. This is my get out of jail free card. I'm gonna get my drive back right here by doing that. All right, cool. We're going to OC. F it. Do it for the content. Oh my god. See, you guys understand. Chat just wants me to suffer. The F word. I didn't even say the F word. I said F. That's a letter. That's a letter, chat. Calm down. It's okay. Language? Oh my goodness.
That's it. Take that.
Oh, that was a poor reflect, unfortunate. There we go. You guys aren't the ones that going to jail. I'm the one that has to go there. You guys think like, oh man, I wanted to go to jail. You're not. Oh my god. Oh, all right. Let's put on that finishing plus. It's a finishing plus is super solid. Extra finishers are really good. You can do a lot with them. At this point, it's not nearly as strong, but it's just, you know, nice to have. And this first visit assumes that we're pretty low level, but we are now level 46. We have a strength seed all of a sudden. It's no longer a magic seed, it's a strength seed. So we're just gonna pop everything to death, pretty much. I'm gonna ether here. I'm gonna jump over that because I don't have enough time to reflect. That's right, these guys are immune. But Orin's good. We're gonna dodge that. We're gonna thunder him, and then we're gonna bail. But BB jail is Pog. It's PogChamp. Watch your profanity. Dude, okay, chat, you have to understand, I have been censoring myself so hard this entire submission, okay? I've been the best boy. I've been trying my best. You gotta give me some credit here, alright? Cut me some slack. Alright, jumping there and using Reflect hits that little hitbox that comes down when he slams the ground, and then we just kind of thunder him and he's dead. Hey, torn pages are pretty cool. Okay, so... Oh, that's right. Actually, we should be running the auto tracker, right? I think it's working. We got some torn pages here. All right, whatever. For some reason, I needed to manually put those torn pages on the tracker. Red Buddha! Because you reset? No, I put on the auto tracker after I reset, and it started auto tracking the stuff in Hollow Bastion. So I think it's a bug. Maybe? I don't know. Oh, is this a common issue? Okay, cool. Well, all right. So what we're gonna do, strategy-wise, I gotta get back in commentary mode. Limit form is actually super useful for doing the urn minigame because not Magnet Splash, but Ripple Drive, the finisher, has insane range and it breaks the urns instantly. So we're just gonna go into limit form. Normally you never have limit form before this point because limit form is a mid to late game drive, but we can use it here and it's really helpful. That's fine. Boom. That's actually, yeah, that should be enough. Limit form does also have an extra draw, which makes it easier. You guys nailed it. Ripple Overdrive. All right. There's 4 more things hanging out in OC. We're about to hit the juicy part of Olympus Coliseum. Olympus Coliseum's very backloaded in the amount of checks that it has. Early on, you got to do a bunch of fights to actually get to the good stuff. We are now finally just hitting the good stuff. So hopefully we actually get some important checks. Start mowing through this place. Ow. Draw after urns is pretty funny, yeah. Ah, come on. Drive recovery. And there's last proof. Nope, we are out of here. And you guys wanted me to go to jail. Come on. And you guys wanted me to go to jail, of course. A likely story by chat, once again. Actually, so what I'm gonna do, I never actually hit up the synthesis Moogle. So you get some free stuff just by picking up random pieces of synthesis material. And this guy actually just gives you a free Mega Elixir and stuff. I don't think that I really need much of anything. I'll pick up a free elixir, why not? I'm just gonna put that on. Put like a couple of elixirs here. And then we're just gonna bail. BB acquitted. BB is saved. Alright, so, like I said earlier, we found the final proof, and now we can just go ahead and beat the game. And we are very, very strong, considering our stats. We are very, very strong. So this should be a very quick end game. Put final elixirs on this guy. I'm going to just do a quick little ability check just to see if there's anything that I really want. I think we're fine. We're good, yeah. Yeah, 2-hour seed. This will be sub 2 hours. So this is like a little bit above average, I would say, as far as seeds are concerned. I found the last proof at the 35 out of 50 mark. This is pretty much around when you would finish a seed.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's correct, Krobin. Yeah, so there's actually a couple things. Since there's not really much action going on, I may as well explain. There's a couple of changes in Randomizer, just quality of life stuff that's not part of the vanilla video game. Normally during this endgame section, you gotta do what's called Dragon Zimnus, and it's literally just a gummy ship mission portion of the final boss that you do. And it takes a long time, and it's boring, and it kills the pace, and it's terrible, and nobody likes it. So we just cut it out of the entire endgame. We don't have to do it. There's also this thing called Dome Skip for Final Zimnus, the final boss. Normally, you have to go through this forced 90-second segment of deflecting lasers and then sitting through a cutscene before Final Zimnus can actually be killable. But it's a mod, it's Randomizer. We can just skip that entirely. So if we do it correctly, if we do the strategy correctly, we can skip that segment and instantly kill Final Zimnus. Let's see. I'm gonna use Master Form and I'm gonna do this. Yeah, there we go. And then I'm gonna use Stitch. Yeah. Stitch is very, very broken, and he gives you a ton of MP refills. And our magic stat's really good. We've got Thundaga and a bunch of Thunder Boosts, so we're just gonna use that, honestly. It's kind of the optimal strat. Or a pretty optimal strat. Right. Just gonna sit here in the middle and have these guys kind of come to the magnet. Wait for these guys. Good job, Stitch. You're a lifesaver. And then from here, we're just gonna thunder this thing down. I'm just gonna actually chill back here. Not really gonna deal with that. All right, cool. Let's go over. A couple of horizontal slashes. Thanks, Stitch. Appreciate that. Come on. Yeah, Fast Doogie, we didn't actually have to do Halloween Town today, so there really wasn't a time to mention it. There we go. Yeah, Fast Undertaker would, yeah. I think those are more situational, like if I actually do them, then I explain them. If I don't, then I don't have to explain them. Just only explain the relevant information that the chat's going to care about, or the viewer is going to care about. Oh, that worked. Yeah, we're strong. We are what we would call strong, yes. Or as Asa would like to call juiced. We are definitely juiced. Will there be a hand cam because you run on fight stick? I don't think that's necessary. I might like flash the fight stick to people to show like that's the controller that I use, but I don't think it's necessary. Go down here. There you are, Mr. Building. Nothingness is a turtle. Alright, I should probably proc an ether, yeah. Yeah, that works. Isn't KH an analog game? How are you using a fight stick? It's a custom fight stick with analog sticks attached to it. That is how. Alright, here we go. Final Ximnus. We're going to reflect this reversal chain here. We're going to use reflect and then cancel it with reversal. And because we're doing so much damage, this should just put us in his second phase, which is the laser phase. Or not. Here. That works, actually. We're just going to do that, and then he's going to do lasers, yeah. And then we have to be careful of the amount of damage that we're doing. There we go. Yeah, I have to be careful and use session right as we're hitting that last bar of health. And then we use session from here, and dome skip. All done. Sub 2, 154.36. Very good. Very good. I think that's pretty solid. And another nice piece of quality of life is we can actually skip the final cutscenes. It's another little neat addition to the mod. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you like the submission. I don't know if there's anything else for me to mention outside of I am totally open to do commentary. I'm open to do a race, a co-op, anything that actually involves doing rando. If anybody else would like to submit, I am down. And yeah, I would, again, just like to thank the people that made rando possible. Sonic Shadow Silver 2, Valaxer and his randomizer website. And oh, you know, actually, I think a good thing to mention is that there is a PC release for Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix very, very recently, within the last week. And Sonic Shadow Silver 2 has been very, very hard at work, and a bunch of other people have been very hard at work trying to get this ported to the PC release, the official release. Right now, we're currently playing on an emulator to make it work, but if we can get it to the PC release and get it stable, then we can probably just do the, do the submission or do the run on the PC version, which will be in 60 FPS, it'll be in 16:9, all that good stuff, for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't think that there's really much else for me to say, but yeah, I think I'm all good. This is great. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you consider me. I think this would be a awesome, great run to showcase at GDQ. It's been so popular recently. People have been loving Randomizer. Both casual fans and the speedrunning fans have just loved the crap out of Randomizer. So I think it'd be a really good submission. That's all from me.